Ever feel like you're not quite in the driver's seat with your money? Well, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to build a modern toolkit to help you gain real, tangible control over your personal finances. Let's get started.
So let's just start with a quick reality check. According to a 2024 Federal Reserve study, 37% of Americans would really struggle to cover an unexpected $400 expense. Wow, that's more than 1 in 3 people living on a financial knife's edge.
And this brings us to the most important question, right? How do you actually move from that constant nagging financial anxiety to a feeling of genuine control? That's exactly what we're going to break down step by step.
The first step isn't about downloading some fancy app or creating a super complex spreadsheet. Nope, before any of that, we really need to hit a fundamental reset button. It all starts with building a solid foundation.
And that foundation is financial literacy. You know, it's not just a buzzword. It's the core skill set of budgeting, saving, and investing that empowers every single financial decision you make. This knowledge is what turns that reactive stress into a proactive strategy.
Now, having the knowledge is one thing, but the real change, that begins with your mindset. This is all about fundamentally changing the conversation you have about money, both with yourself and, with other people too. A perfect example of this new mindset is the loud budgeting trend. Instead of feeling ashamed or weird about saving money, this approach encourages you to be open and vocal about your financial goals. It reframes budgeting as an act of power, not an act of deprivation.
And this quote from the guy who started it all really gets to the heart of the movement. This simple shift in language is just incredibly powerful. You're moving the conversation away from scarcity, I can't afford that, to intentional choice. I'm choosing not to spend on that because I have other more important goals.
Another really powerful way to reset your habits is with something called a financial detox. It's often called a no-spend challenge, and honestly, it's a fantastic way to consciously break that autopilot spending cycle we all fall into. To do this right, you just need a simple plan. First, figure out your why. Is it to build an emergency fund? Maybe save for a trip? Then, you set the rules, check what you already have at home, plan your meals around it, and finally, tell your friends so they can support you. Remember, this whole thing is about building awareness, not about feeling deprived. Okay, so with our mindset reset, it's time for a practical framework. And here's probably the most important thing to remember. There is no single best budget. The best one is simply the one you'll actually stick with.
A really popular and simple starting point is the 50-30-20 rule. The whole idea is to allocate 50% of your after-tax income to needs, like rent, 30% to wants, like hobbies, and a really solid 20% to savings and paying down debt. Just think of it as a helpful guideline, not some strict law.
But hey, maybe you want something a little more granular. That's where a method like YNAB or You Need a Budget comes in. While 50-30-20 is a high-level guide based on percentages, YNAB is a zero-based system where you proactively give every single dollar a specific job. It's really the difference between a broad guideline and a super detailed plan.
All right, here's a pro-level tool that fits into any budget, the sinking fund. Now, this is not your emergency fund. It's a totally separate savings pot for those predictable but irregular expenses. Think annual car insurance, holiday gifts, or that wedding you've got coming up. You save a little bit each month so that when the big expense hits, it's not a crisis.
Okay, now that we have a framework, let's zoom in a little. A great budget isn't just about the big categories. It's about mastering those small, everyday spending decisions that can truly make the biggest impact.
Take your internet bill, for example. Most of us, we just pay it, but it's often negotiable. The key is to be prepared. Research what competitors are charging and document any performance issues you're having. Then you give them a call. And the most important part, just stay calm and politely ask if they can offer you the same promotional pricing they give to new customers. You'd be surprised.
Groceries are another huge area for potential savings. Just planning your meals and making a detailed list, that's your secret weapon against all those impulse buys. And when you add in trying store brands and reducing waste with leftovers, these small habits can really add up to significant savings over time.
So, we've reset our mindset and we've started to master our daily spending. Now let's zoom out and connect all of these actions to the big picture, building a secure financial future.
Ultimately, financial control isn't about one heroic act of saving. It's about the quiet, brilliant power of small, consistent actions. Every good decision, every dollar you intentionally spend or save becomes another stepping stone towards long-term financial resilience.
We've just walked through a really powerful set of tools, everything from mindset shifts like loud budgeting to practical strategies like sinking funds. So we'll leave you with this one final thought. The real question isn't just what you've learned today, but what are you going to build with it?